So firstly, I would like to ask you, this film looks really intense, and you keep shifting from Lutera and from all the other films that you've done. Um, why this? What went behind making something like this?
I think just the frustration back then, and this was written, I mean, it's been written since 2010, 11. Anurag's been a part of the process. I think the frustration of just being an Indian citizen at some point in time just drives you towards certain thoughts and certain needs and that kind of stuff. So the seed started from, the country we're living in, and, and we all love our country, but let's be honest, there are problems which we all want to solve and that kind of stuff. And sometimes vigilantism, though it's not the right thing to do, it just feels that, yeah, bas thapad maar dunga kabhi kabhi. So that's starts from there, but of course that's not the film. So yeah, and we're all big fans of graphic novels, of superheroes, and of Superman, Batman, and coming all the way down from there. That we always felt that I always personally felt that I'd love to be able to create the first Indian sort of like superhero. I don't know if I'm still the first. I think people have overtaken me by then, but still. So yeah, it just comes from a very deep-rooted sort of like want to, I think, for justice and those kind of things. So.
And Anurag, when you heard of the concept, what was the first thought that crossed your mind?
Knowing the angst that Vikram had then, so I knew that this is coming from a personal experience, and that personal experience has been put into the film as well. So.
And when you heard the script for the first time, were you blown away?
I actually auditioned for the film in 2012. Yeah, 2012. I was 22. Auditioned for the film. Then it didn't work out. Then I went and did my first film, and then I got lucky, and then it happened again. And the second time, actually, the script had changed quite a bit from what it was, and then it kind of worked out, I think, in 2016. So I've also been aware of the film for many, many years.
But was it very intense, the character that you were playing? I mean, in terms of training and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a bit of martial arts training and stuff, but I think it was kind of more, I was more focused on, I mean, that was obviously a part of it, but more focused on like the dramatic part and the performance and stuff, because the character has quite a journey through the film that you'll see in the film.
All right. I would now also like to invite on stage, from Phantom, can we have Madhu Mantena? Please use round of applause.
Here, to your left. Harshvardhan, my question is to you. Hi, Neha from Bollywood now. Firstly, if you could share your experience, being a superhero.
No, I mean, we shot some really high-octane action scenes in Bombay, and yeah, I mean, it is a dream come true for any young actor to kind of, play, a superhero or a vigilante, or so it was an amazing experience. I've always wanted to do this film. I wanted to do this film since 2012, like I said, so to actually be there finally, in the suit, in the mask, was a dream come true. So it was an amazing experience.
Also, if you could share your journey in this industry, like hero banna kitna mushkil raha, kitna aasan raha aapke liye, because you're doing this completely different genre of films. We don't see you obviously in romantic, as a romantic hero. So if you could share your journey, also what kind of films that you're looking forward.
Yeah, I'm just focusing on trying to improve as an actor and improve my craft, and I think the best way to do that is to work with the best directors. And I've been lucky enough to work with two of the best directors for me personally in my first two films, and so yeah, that's the aim, is to just keep improving as an actor, and that's my only focus, So. Yeah.
Yes. I also had a question. What was the craziest stunt you did in this entire?
Vikram should probably answer that.
We threw him off a bridge.
Hello.
We threw him off a bridge. You should ask the ADs.
Yes, next question.
Hello. Hi. Priyanka here from India Forums. So Vikram sir and Harsh and Anurag sir again. The film revolves around corruption, and in day-to-day scenario also, if we go to see, we have corruption everywhere. What's your take on that?
It's a really detailed question. I think Anurag Kashyap should answer that question.
I think his take on corruption is in the film. 25th May, you'll know his take on it. Because like I said, this film actually comes from a very personal experience. There's this whole portion in the first half. And that's exactly how it happened. That Vikram will never admit to it, and I won't tell you which one, but you have to figure it out yourself.
Harsh?
That was the genesis of the film.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just honestly, I really liked the script. I was very emotional when I read it back then, and it got even better when I read it now. And there's a lot of it. I don't think it's just focused on kind of one kind of corruption. I think it's an overall kind of like thematic kind of thing, you know. So yeah, I mean, the answers are in the film. You'll see it soon.
Yes. Next question.
Hi Harshvardhan, Ravi from ABP News. रवि फ्रॉम एबीपी न्यूज़. हर्षवर्धन, आपकी जो पहली फिल्म थी मिर्जिया, उसने बॉक्स ऑफिस पर बहुत कमाल नहीं दिखाया. वर यू हार्ट ब्रोकन? क्या उस दौरान आपकी मानसिक स्थिति थी, क्योंकि बहुत उम्मीदें की जा रही थी उस फिल्म से, आपके डेब्यू से?
आई थिंक यू नो, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, I kind of knew somewhere that we were trying to do something very new, you know, and very different. And whenever you try and do something different, you don't always succeed, you know. But I think for me, the success of Mirzya personally was, you know, I got to work with a director that I've idolized. I love his movies, and you know, his vision was amazing and spectacular, you know. So to be part of that was great, and I got to learn a lot as an actor, and I improve a lot as an actor. I think if I hadn't done Mirzya and gone through that experience, I wouldn't have been able to do Bhavesh Joshi. So. You know, so, but yeah, I mean, it's always disheartening when you put 2-3 years of work into something and a lot of people don't see it. So, but you got to keep going, you know. I don't think I'm the first actor that's done a film that's not made money. And I don't think I'll be the last, but you just got to keep working, put your head down and just keep working. So.
विक्रम, आपसे सवाल. आपने बताया थोड़ी देर पहले कि 2011 में आप ये फिल्म प्लान कर रहे थे, तो क्या वजह थी कि इतना 7 साल बाद आपने ये फिल्म बनाई? बीच में मतलब काफ़ी चेंजेस आपने स्क्रिप्ट में किए, जैसे कि आप बोल रहे थे, तो उस दौरान क्या था? शायद उस दौरान आप उड़ान भी बना रहे थे 2010-11 के दौरान.
नहीं, ये उड़ान के बाद है. उड़ान के बाद मैंने लिखी थी पिक्चर, फिर मैं बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा था. फिर मतलब मल्टीपल थिंग्स हैपेंड कि एक्टर्स आए थे, एक्टर्स चले गए थे. आई हैड कास्ट समबडी एंड देन इट डिडंट वर्क आउट विद हिम बिकॉज हिज प्रीवियस फिल्म हैडंट वर्कड, एंड देन द इकोनॉमिक्स डिडंट वर्क आउट. Then the government changed, and then you know, so I put the film aside for a bit and said, "यार इस पे थोड़ा बाद में करते हैं." Then, but sometimes एक होता है ना कि एक film keeps calling out to you. कभी वो सच्चा प्यार. So then I pulled out the film. I reworked the entire thing, made it a different kind of film. And तो होता है. It's like it's a film that you really believe in, you want to work in. So the journey's been long. But eventually, I think this is the right film that we've made from the original film that it was. I think it's a better film than what I was trying to make back then. जैसे अनुराग कहता है, तब जो फिल्म तो बहुत ही एंग्स्टी फिल्म थी, थोड़ी कम एंग्स्टी है.
तब वो फिल्म अलग थी. वो जोन भी उस समय this whole anti-corruption movement was going on, which is part of the film. उसको किस तरह से alter किया गया, adapt किया गया, time change हुआ. So all those things are there.
So the film is, in a sense, it's a protest. In that sense, it's our protest about against corruption, against a certain part of the system that we feel doesn't work and stuff like that. Now, मतलब he's not fighting aliens or anything in the film. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. That's the Avengers that's playing there.
अनुराग, एक सवाल आपसे. बहुत ही पॉपुलर कॉमिक बुक है डोगा के कैरेक्टर पे आप एक सुपर हीरो फिल्म बनाने वाले थे.
नहीं, मैं तो सोच रहा था, सपने देख रहा था बनाने के.
क्या अब ऐसा लगता है कि ये इस फिल्म के बाद आप कभी बनाएंगे?
नहीं, वो मैं सपना देख रहा था डोगा बनाने का. मेरा सपना अधूरा रह गया, मैं जग गया.
कुछ वजह बताएंगे आपने क्यों शेल्फ?
नहीं, डोगा नहीं बनेगी.
कुछ रीजन बता सकते हैं क्यों शेल्फ किया?
डोगा ने वो नहीं वर्कआउट ही नहीं हुआ.
Yes,
बहुत सालों तक हम लोग काम कर रहे थे, वर्कआउट ही नहीं हुआ.
Let's move to the next question.
Vikram, hi, this is Shilpa from E24. जनरली हम देखते हैं कि सुपर हीरो फिल्म जो होती है सुपर हीरो पे बेस्ड, और उनका जो नाम होता है बहुत ज़्यादा अलग होता है, पूरी फिल्म भी बहुत ज़्यादा अलग होती है. लेकिन इसमें जो नाम आपने चूज़ किया है भावेश जोशी, इट्स अ वेरी कॉमन नेम. सो इसके पीछे का क्या रीज़न है? व्हाई यू चूज दिस नेम?
It's because, so first of all, the name, एक दो दोस्त था मेरा स्कूल में, भावेश जोशी, जो एकदम बहुत ही मतलब he was very very naughty, extremely naughty. तो I used to get in trouble because of him. And strangely होता है ना कि कभी-कभी एक दोस्त के भी मधु, अनुराग, you always take first names. उसके I don't know why we always call him by his full name, भावेश जोशी. So that name got stuck in my head. And somewhere जो आप कह रहे हैं वो सब सही कह रहे हैं ना कि एक बहुत ही common नाम है. And that's the whole point. It's about a common man and about common people trying to do something bigger to deliver justice. And that's the whole point of the film. कि you make the name such a common name that it appeals to everybody.
वो एक्चुअली नाम के मामले में विक्रम क्रिएटिव बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. पहले फिल्म का नाम फैंटम रखना चाहता था, लेकिन वो कंपनी का नाम था. तो फिर उन्होंने सोचा कि कुछ और नाम रखते हैं. सारे नाम जो कैरेक्टर्स के फिल्म में इसके अपने लाइफ से उठाए हुए हैं. इसमें एक भी नाम इस फिल्म में इसने इमेजिनेशन से नहीं निकाला है. सब इसकी ज़िंदगी में रियल लोग हैं जिनके नाम उसने फिल्म में कैरेक्टर्स के रखे हैं.
हर्षवर्धन आपसे सवाल है, थोड़ा अलग है इससे। आपकी फैमिली में बहुत बड़ा ओकेजन है, सोनम की शादी है, किस तरह से तैयारियां चल रही हैं और आपका नंबर कब आने वाला है?
बहुत नाच रही है, बहुत नाच रही है।
Sorry, what is the question?
किस तरह से जो है प्रिपरेशंस चल रही हैं शादी की, नेक्स्ट वीक ही है, तैयारियां कैसी चल रही हैं और क्या सोनम के बाद आपका भी नंबर जल्दी आने वाला है?
We'll talk about Bhavesh Joshi for now, then we'll reach there.
I'm really happy that she's getting married and Anand's a great guy and stuff. And no, but I mean, I'm just really focused on the film, you know, to be honest. And I've just been busy with the film, so I don't really know what's going on with that.
Harsh, yeah. Just to continue a question, promotions और शादी मतलब किस तरह से दोनों चीज़ हैंडल करोगे, क्योंकि ये भी 25 मई को है और शादी भी 8 मई को है, तो प्रमोशन में किस तरह, you know, obviously घर में शादी है, तो how will you handle?
No, so the wedding I think is on the 7th and 8th, and right, that's right, that's correct. Okay, and yeah, after that get into promotion. So I think there's enough time for both.
So I had a question. What are his superpowers? What are his powers? Or what does he?
A desire for justice.
I mean, everyone has that. I mean, he's got like swords and stuff, or hockey
Those
sticks.
are Eskrima sticks. He's a vigilante.
Ah, okay.
Hi.
Actually, that's what the film is. I think one should watch the film.
Of course. Yes.
It's a very unique take on.
Hi. All to your left. Yeah. Right corner. My name is Noyon. Hi, sir. First up, Harsh, you know, you're playing a vigilante. Years back, Mr. Kapoor had played a vigilante. Sort of. He was not a superhero, he was a vigilante with Mr. India.
Oh, Mr. India.
He was a vigilante that way. You know, what are your memories of Mr. India there, first? Next question.
I mean, it's one of my favorite films of his. Yeah. And
playing vigilante, because the idea of playing vigilante, obviously, did it ever occur to you that your dad had played vigilante?
No, to be honest, I only started thinking about it after the teaser came out, you know, and then people started saying, because I never saw Mr. India in that way for some reason. I kind of saw it as like a sci-fi film, you know, and
India till date works the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It never really occurred to me that he played a vigilante, and now it never occurred to me until the teaser came out. But yeah.
The next two, both Vikram and Anurag sir, both. So when the poster came in, I'm just telling you something that happened, and from there a question comes in. When the posters came in, someone asked me कि ये आँखों में क्या लगा के रखा है? I said, यार mask है, Spider-Man नहीं देखा है. तो someone actually asked me कि अभी क्या ये Spider-Man बनेगा हमारे देश का? मैं US में बन सकता है तो हमारे यहाँ पे नहीं बन सकता क्या? So the idea of a vigilante or a superhero, while it often does, I mean, people often relate it to a kid or probably something that America only can make. The idea to actually, from here on, now that they've made the film, obviously there's a marketing strategy to it as well. There's a lot of things to be done in terms of acceptability to the idea of vigilante in India. Because we don't clearly, like I said, from this particular incident, people don't really believe that हमारे यहाँ पे क्या Spider-Man बन सकता है.
I don't think it's so much about of course, we've had vigilantes forever. I mean, the 70s, Mr. Bachchan played a vigilante in pretty much so many of his films. We've had Anil Kapoor play it and
Raj Babbar.
Yeah, I just think we're not used to the idea of a masked vigilante. I think because our heroes themselves can do a lot of work that.
No, we had a film Aakhri Adalat.
Shahenshah was also there.
Katilon ke Katil mein there was Dharmendra.
That's superhero film.
There was Vinod Khanna played Aakhri Adalat in a film. The masked vigilante. भाई मेरा 70s 80s का cinema बहुत अच्छा है. We have made films like that.
In a sense, this is a bit of a throwback to the 70s kind of thing. It's about, I also think that, see, the superhero genre, like when you actually sort of like look at it where Superman, Batman came from and those kind of things, they came from a time in the 30s in America where corruption and crime and all that kind of stuff was very rampant, and you always felt the justice system is not working, you need outside justice, you need vigilante justice. It's not the right solution every single time, I agree, even here. But the fact is that there comes a time when you always feel that justice is required for certain things and it gives rise to a hero. Now that person can be with a face or without a face. I think in just this time I've just chosen to make it without a face. But yeah, most our heroes are about vigilante justice. Singham is a vigilante, actually, in a sense. Salman has played vigilante in so many of his films, you know, in that sense. So, yeah. Exactly.
Hello.
Yes.
My question is to Madhu sir. Sir, hi. Sir, you what made you take up this project for production?
Huh?
About producing the film, basically. So you have produced films like Lutera, Udta Punjab, and now Bhavesh Joshi.
But you realize I only produce with them? No. So
what are your thoughts basically?
My thoughts is to produce whatever Vikram wants to make.
He produced Jhutai Sahi also.
And Gajni.
No, I mean, my journey is to produce what Anurag and Vikram make. That's the life that I've chosen, right? So it's being part of Phantom. Yeah, that's it.
What was the one thing that drew you to this project basically, in specific?
So, okay. So I and Vikram have been talking about how the Indian film industry, as we go forward, we need to start making bigger and bigger films, right? And if you see around the world, character-driven films or building characters in pop culture is a very interesting thing that hasn't happened for a long time here. So this is the first of those. This is our attempt of building a character called Bhavesh Joshi in pop culture, who's a vigilante. And this is his origin story. So this is the starting of many things that I think we as a company are looking at doing.
One last question to Harsh. About what are you planning to gift Sonam on her wedding?
A hug? No, that's a joke. Lots of love and yeah. No, I'm broke. So you see the movies that I'm doing, they don't pay very well. So I don't really have anything to give her. But yeah, just love.
You want a special dance for her at the Sangeet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Break into Manma emotion.
Thank you.
Next question.
Hi, Anurag, on your left. Yeah, hi, Faridun from Paulo Nangama. When we see Avengers recently, it has come out. The fact is that apart from being a superhero film and great VFX, it also has a certain subtext, which I think is appealing to a lot of people. The character of Thanos and his entire turmoil and his personal space, I think, is something that is very, very intriguing and interesting. So how important is subtext in a superhero film? And I think it's pretty obvious that there is quite a lot of subtext as far as Bhavesh Joshi is concerned.
It's important in any film. For me, any film does have a kind of a subtext. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. But Bhavesh Joshi has a lot of things in it. Before, anyway, like I was introduced as a writer, there's another writer called Abhay, who's part of the film, who's actually the one who's carried it last 2-3 years with himself, with him. The kind of things they brought into the film are things that we deal on a daily basis. We deal with those things on a daily basis and ignore it. We sometimes don't see it as a problem. This is that film where the director and the writer and everybody, they start to see those everyday things as a problem, just to kind of give it a point of view. And that is what sets this film apart. This is not an alien invasion. This is not Thanos coming and looking for Infinity Stones. It's your everyday problem that we don't see it. We see it from a window and we ignore it. It's that kind of a thing that this protagonist deals with. That Vikram Motwani dealt with before he wrote the first draft.
And Vikram, you were talking about water mafia, which is obviously, I think, something which is really a big thing. A lot of people maybe will think twice about talking about it. So do you have similar real references, say from Mumbai context or India context as well in the film?
The water problem is genuine. We have it. Every summer we have a water shortage, which is whether it's created or whether it's...
I think about the water mafia.
Same thing. No? The water shortage creates the water mafia. No? I'm saying that the fact is that when you're... Yeah. Any restriction creates a mafia. So I think that it does talk about water, and water is going to be, we all know it's going to be a problem going ahead in the years to come. We're going to have a huge supply problem as we sort of like go on and as we construct. Look at Bangalore, what's already happening over there. Look at other cities in the world. This is a worldwide problem that no one's actually sort of like talking about. It deals with it in a pop culture sort of way, in an interesting film sort of way, but that is, and I think it's related to what you were talking to Anurag about, there is a subtext to it, which is about the water problem, the water shortages, how people are trying to use it, how it's being used and abused, and and people are suffering because of that. And I think that's what the film is about, in a sense.
And it's one problem that affects us every single day. It's one problem that touches you every single day.
Apart from water, any more issues that you'd like to talk about?
One issue at a time.
Okay,
See the film.
Okay. Thank you.
One issue at a time. मतलब जितने issues होंगे उतने parts आएंगे ना film के.
Hi, my question is to My question is to Vikram and Anurag at the center, third, fourth row. Yeah. Do you think we can make a movie like an Avengers at some point? And
you know what? If you just look at the kind of money our movies make, if you put together all the money all the movies make together, there's less than the budget of Avengers. Be real a little bit.
I think in terms of thought, I think if you look at what Bahubal's box office is versus what Avengers box office is, there's a comparison only when you actually take into account the currency value. Yes, Bahubali is huge, but also you actually look at the fact
value and the language lends itself to a much larger audience. It's like how Hindi lends itself to a much larger audience. In India, English lends itself to a much larger audience across the world. And that is also what makes a difference to what you can attempt and you can't attempt. It doesn't mean that various countries, Italy made a film called They Call Me Jig. It's a very low budget take on a superhero film. You go to Russia, they made a superhero film. Based on the amount of money they make with those kind of special effects, which you'll look at it and you'll compare it to Avengers and you'll say it's substandard. But based on their market, they go out and attempt things. So everything is dependent a lot also on other factors.
But we have to. I'm saying at the end of the day, I think that we have to make those kind of films because people are, we want to see big screen spectacles. We all want to see big screen spectacles. We want to see movies that give us the value for money where we walk out and saying, wow. That wow is a factor. We were wowed by Bahubali, we were also wowed by Avengers. There is wow in both of them. It's just there's a slight difference in terms of the quality of that. But we'll get there, I think.
Which is also answering that question, why Doga could not be made. The ambition with the film, the kind of money we were getting and the kind of things we wanted to do. We didn't want to do a substandard work. Better to abandon it.
My question is for Shivashish from Reliance Entertainment. Reliance Entertainment collaborates with a lot of other production houses as well. So what makes this team, Phantom team, special or different for you?
Good question.
Sorry? Reliance Entertainment collaborates with other production houses as well. So what makes this team, Phantom team, special for you?
So, honestly, when you were asking me the question with 3 Phantom partners sitting beside, but apart from the jokes, honestly, I think our whole collaboration model we started 3 years back. It started with Phantom, and currently Phantom and Reliance does not necessarily work as a separate team. They're all a part of the same team. That's the way it works. And in any collaboration, I think more than the company, it is the individual which matters. So long as an individual, as a wavelength, you can connect with the people, any collaboration, any relationship works. And from that point of view, I think this collaboration is very special to us.
Anything that you want to change about our nation, since your film talks about corruption and so many social evils?
See, the film will speak for itself. As Anurag and Vikram both said that there are different layers of the film. Somebody takes it as a superhero film, somebody will take it as a vigilante film, somebody will take it as a protest against the corruption. But at the end of the day, I think from an audience perspective, they will connect to some layers of the film at every stage. Somebody will take it as it's a journey of Bhavesh Joshi as a character. So definitely, I think the learning or how to take the film forward, it necessarily will come from what is audience's take. There are enough takes to take for an audience to take it forward.
अभी हमारा तो male ही we are not getting it right. वो भी आएंगे, female superheroes आएंगे. I think that's where we'll get it right eventually. I think हमारा था ना, तुम्हारी Sulu was a superhero man. Sulu was a superhero. और कौन था? We have a lot of superheroines actually. होगा एक दिन होगा, वो सब होगा.
So girl called Shreya Sabarwal from Delhi, who's it's her first major feature film.
I don't think anybody thinks like that. I don't think it's a filmmaker thinks of an idea and he's obsessed with his idea is what drives him to make a film. I think at that time he's not thinking of कि ऐसा क्या है, किसने क्या reject किया, क्या नहीं reject किया. I don't think anybody thinks like that.
I'm sorry, what was the question? He distracted me. Huh? I don't think it's the actors, I think it's the films. If the films don't work, then the actors don't work. It's as simple as that. I don't think you can equate the fact that, oh, there's a certain kind of actor who doesn't, that the acceptance, I mean, Shah Rukh's got acceptance in so many other things. It's just that Ra.One as a film didn't work, which is why it didn't work. I don't think you can say that, you can generalize to say that, oh, Shah Rukh doesn't get accepted as a superhero. He could do another one next year. And even the Krish films, there's difference. One got accepted, one didn't get accepted. One, so I'm saying there's no, I don't think that's...
And
but also
our actors are superheroes without the mask.
But also the comparison is wrong because...
मतलब सुपर हीरो बनाओगे तो कैसा होगा मतलब अभी आयरन मैन कांट प्ले स्पाइडरमैन ना हमारा सलमान वैसे सुपर हीरो है शाहरुख वैसे सुपर हीरो है सब सुपर हीरो
Hi sir from time. Oh sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean this isn't a I mean it's not a superhero film in the Krish Ra.One quintessential kind of way. It's the the idea is that there is a hero somewhere within all of us. I mean, and it's about actions and how they speak louder than words, and it's about the initiative that you take. What are you going to do about it if something is not right and you want to kind of set it right? It's a superpower, So you kind of see the film like that. It's a very real film.
See, mask doesn't make somebody a superhero. And this, I think this film is just a very unique take on things. Vikram Motwani has a very unique take on things, and you wait till you see the film. I think you should wait till you see the film.
Hi, Anandita here from Times. Vikram sir, my question is to you. You said that we are all somewhere inside geeks and we love the fact that superheroes exist and we love reading about it, we love seeing it. So somewhere down the line, do you think after the movie releases, there's this character by Marvel, Deadpool. So he's also a vigilante, and do you think there would be comparisons with this character somewhere?
I'm already hearing them. I don't see the comparison quite honestly. I think it's if you're saying just a guy wearing a mask is going to equate you with.
Even the,
that's the only thing. But even Daredevil has that. So I'm saying that that's the only thing is that. And if you go on, I mean, you've got thousands of sort of superhero characters that Marvel and DC have created to just sort of like put it against. It's very interesting. I actually had my nephews and their father goes the other day. They saw a trailer like, "Ye to Deadpool lagta hai," and the kids are like, "Dad, please, yeah." Matlab, like, what you don't know anything. There is that kind of stuff. I don't think there is any similarity to Deadpool at all. I'm saying that just because a guy is wearing a mask doesn't make it.
Yeah, and that's not a sword.
Yeah, I know. Deadpool carries a sword. This is an Eskrima stick.
No, also,
जो भी चीज उड़ती है वो सुपरमैन नहीं होती.
He doesn't.
Also, I think Deadpool is kind of like a very humorous, like R-rated kind of. It's just a completely different genre of film. This is an emotional story about real people. I think.
Even Daredevil has done that, right?
The what?
Daredevil has also the same kind of.
I think it's a question you should ask after you finish watching the movie.
Daredevil's blind. He's actually affected by radiation.
26 तारीख को सवाल का जवाब देंगे.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Deadpool's a cancer survivor. I'm saying there's all those differences also.
हर्षवर्धन, एक सवाल आपसे. बहुत सारे एक्टर्स होते हैं हिंदी सिनेमा में, वो पहले एडी बनते हैं, डायरेक्शन के जो गुर होते हैं, हुनर होते हैं, सारे सीखते हैं. आपने भी अनुराग को असिस्ट किया था एक फिल्म में. जब वो हीरो बन जाते हैं, बहुत सारे जो एडीज़ होते हैं जो शुरुआत में कुछ और हुनर सीख रहे होते हैं, वो जब हीरो बन जाते हैं तो फिर वो डायरेक्शन में नहीं आते हैं और वो डायरेक्शन नहीं करना चाहते. तो क्या किसी पॉइंट पर आप जाके आगे फिल्म बनाना चाहेंगे जो आपने सीखा है एज ए एडी?
See, the AD thing, to be honest, was just to kind of see what it's like to be on a film, like a proper big movie set. I went to film school, I studied writing, I studied acting, I came back, I did the stint, I did a lot of acting workshops after that. then Mirzya happened and stuff. So I really love writing, and I really love acting. I think I need a lot more experience, film experience, life experience. I want to see where my career, where my life takes me. But direction is the ultimate. I mean, it's the greatest thing. I think it's the best part. It's your vision, you know. So hopefully one day I'll be lucky enough to direct a film. But right now I'm just focused on first getting my head around acting and trying to be a good actor and trying to learn and get better and stuff. So yeah.
Thank you.
Hello. This film will come as a whiff of fresh air, and you'll be surprised to watch it. Sorry? I'm a superhero fan. I'm not a superhero fan. It's like Harsh said, it's not a film about superhero. It's about the hero within you. Yeah. When you see the film, you realize it.
You know, this whole city, if you go through that traffic every day, all the people in the city are superheroes.
Hi, over here. I'm Kajal from Aaj Tak. My first question is to Vikram sir. So you're saying that the movie talks about corruption, and there are many certain things related to it. So what do you think, what are going to be the outputs? Is that going to bring any change in the society or towards the audience, or is there a specific group that you're targeting through this movie?
I'm targeting the audience. I'm saying there's no target to a specific group. I don't think films have ever changed society, quite honestly. I think at best you can do is just make people aware and just help their conscience, in a sense. I mean, that's also a very large thing to sort of say. But if you watch this movie and you walk out saying, yeah, okay, they're right or they're wrong, or I feel about this and maybe I want to make a change in my life, then you've achieved a lot. If you've managed to do that, then I've achieved a hell of a lot by that film. I think at the end of the day, you're making a film to entertain people, for them to come in, for them to watch a movie, really enjoy their time, and if they walk out thinking that, wow, okay, I can maybe do this to change certain things about society, fantastic. That's the win for me.
And Harsh, the next question is to you. As you were saying that Mirzya didn't work out really well, and now this movie, Bhavesh Joshi. So what are your expectations from the film? What are you expecting? Is it going to work out this time?
See, I feel, it's very difficult to define success and failure. I mean, obviously there is the box office. That's extremely important because it's a business at the end of the day. But, your life is your life, at the end of the day. I mean, it's you listen to what people have to say, but, you're the one that lives with you. So, I mean, I had a great time making Mirzya. I mean, I think, yes, maybe the film in its totality didn't completely come together and, emotionally and stuff, but it's still I think it's a very beautiful film. It's got amazing songs. It's got a lot that's going for it, So to be part of that vision, to be part of such a big vision at such a young age, I was 23 when I started working on the film. It's a tremendously enriching experience. A lot of actors don't get that opportunity. But, having said that, I do feel Bhavesh Joshi is a really entertaining film, and it's got everything. It's got comedy, it's got action, it's got great drama. It's relatable to the youth. It's a city film, so I do feel that it will appeal to more people, 100%. So.
Yes. On that note, we're gonna close this round of questions. Please give them a huge round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.